Hello, my name is Kevin Booth. I'll be doing meditation integration in Sun A for our yoga project. And first I'm going to start with the meditation. So we're just going to put one hand on our heart, one hand on our belly. I'm going to play a binaural beat for 5 minutes, and we're just going to try to clear our mind, and at the end of the 5 minutes, open up your eyes. And that'll be our meditation. So here we go, 5 minutes. Focus on breathing and nothing else. more full minutes. Okay, now slowly open your eyes. Take your hand off your chest and your stomach. And that's our meditation. Hope you got to clear your mind a bit. Thank you. We're going through integration series. Integration series starts in child pose. For child pose, you get your knees on each side of the mat. You fold into it. Reach your palms towards the top of the mat. Breathe in and out. Feel your shoulders stretching. And from here, you're going to exhale and go into tabletop. Align your knees with your palms and find your neutral spine. Then from this position, we're going to inhale and go into cow pose. Rounding your spine towards the ground. And we're going to exhale into cat pose, rounding your spine into a rainbow shape. You inhale again into cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale again to cow pose. And one more exhale into cat pose. And you find your neutral spine again in tabletop. And from here, you kick your feet up and bring your knees 2 inches above your mat. Inhale and exhale. And exhale, down dog. And walk your feet to your palms. And from here, you go into ragdoll position. And gently sway your weight around. And from here, you exhale and very slowly come back to intention. And that is integration. Okay, so now I'll be going through Sun A. So for Sun A, you start by standing at intention. Then inhale, Tadasana, hands above your forehead, reaching towards the sky. And you exhale into baby back bend. Feel your heart push towards the ceiling. Inhale, Tadasana. Then exhale, forward folding fold. And from here, you inhale back to Tadasana. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, forward folding fold. Inhale, Tadasana. One more baby back bend. Then back to Tadasana. Then one more forward folding fold. And from here we go to halfway lift. Put your hands on your ankles and lift your spine. And walk forward into the high plank. We go high plank to low plank. Then inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Then you walk your feet to your palms. And that's Sun A.
So we're going to start out with chair pose. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn this way, bend down, bring your arms up, do a nice inhale, and exhale. Inhale again, and exhale again. From here, we're going to do chair pose with airplane arms. So it's the same positioning, just bring your arms back and your head up. Just like this. Make sure to keep your back straight, your core engaged. From here, we're gonna do drinking bird with chair pose. So it's basically same as this. Keep your face and your head forward, and then you're gonna lift up onto your heels. And try your best to hold your balance. Inhale and exhale. From drinking bird, you're gonna go back to your chair pose. So put your feet flat on your mat, lift your arms forward. And now we're gonna go into our forward facing fold. So you're just gonna come down, have your palms by your feet, and your head down. From here we have our halfway tilt. So we're gonna come up halfway, straighten your back, have your hands on your knees, and look forward. Do high plank and low plank. So for high plank, you're gonna have your hands flat on your mat, your feet back like this. You wanna keep your back straight. Try not to dip your hips or go up, just like this. This is high plank, and then we're gonna go into low plank. So low plank, we're just gonna come down on our elbows and our forearms and go like this. From here, we're gonna do up dog. So you go on your mat, put your hands beside you, and lift up. From up dog, we're gonna do down dog. You're just gonna come up. Your feet positioning will be like this. And this is down dog.
Hi, my name's Jenna. I'm going to be teaching you the spine series. So the first thing we'll do is we'll go into our down dog just to begin a good stretch before we go into the spine series. Feel free to pedal your feet back and forth, really stretch out. And then on your inhale, you're going to look forward. Exhale, high plank to hold. Deep inhale. Exhale, slowly lower to the ground. Keep your elbows near your trunk and your arms or your hands near your armpits. And you're going to slowly lift your chest, keeping your feet down, reaching higher and higher on each inhale into your cobra pose. Make sure those feet are pushing into the ground. And you're really lifting as high as you can with your chest. Inhale, exhale. On your next inhale, bring it deep, and exhale, lower to the ground. Put your arms by your side and breathe here to rest for a couple of moments. On your next inhale, bring your hands next to your armpits again, elbows near your trunk, and stack your feet above your knees and grab each outer ankle with your hands, lifting your chest and your knees, pushing your hands into your feet, into your bow pose, reaching higher and higher, pushing your pelvic floor towards the floor. Inhale and exhale here, making sure not to hold your breath. And carefully release, laying your arms by your side, your head to the opposite side, and breathe here for a couple of seconds. When you're ready, go ahead and plant your palms, come up into your seating position. And then you'll rise up onto your knees, bring your hands to your lower back for support. You're going to push your pelvic floor forward, making sure not to lean back into your camel pose, looking back towards the corner of the room. And if you feel comfortable, bring your hands down to your ankles to further the stretch. Breathe here. Deep inhale. Exhale, slowly come back into your seated pose. Breathe here for a couple of moments to release your tension from your spine. Bring your blood pressure back to normal. Inhale and exhale. And bring yourself onto the floor into a comfortable laying position onto your back. And bring those knees up, heels towards your butt, as if your hands can touch them. And on your next inhale, you're going to lift your hips high to the sky, engaging your core, not letting your knees swing outwards. Breathe in and out into your bridge pose. Lift higher and higher with each breath. And on your next exhale, slowly lower back down to the ground. Bring your feet together and exhale, lower your knees to the ground as if your legs are butterflies. Fully relax your body and breathe here in your reclined bound angle pose. Inhale, bring your knees back up together. Exhale, extend your legs into your Savasana. Lay here and allow your breath to connect to your body, fully relaxing each part of your body. And finally, you're going to hug your knees, bring your hands to the inside, roll back and forth, releasing tension in your spine, coming to your final seated position. And that concludes the spine series.
Hello, my name is Callum Bergner, and today I will be showing you the Crescent Lunge series and the Hip Opening series. So we're just going to start out, make sure that you have an open area where you can do these poses. And we're going to start in a downward dog position, really getting those hamstrings stretched out. You can pedal the feet, and then we're going to come into a lunge position with that right leg, bring it around, and we're going to go into our first pose, which is crescent lunge. So we're going to come straight up, reaching high up into the ceiling, letting those hips drop down into the ground, getting that nice hip flexor stretch. And then we're going to move to revolved crescent lunge. So we're going to come with the left elbow to the right knee and twist. And you're really going to feel that spine twist around, look behind you, and you're going to feel that whole hip on that right side open up. You're going to take a big inhale, and we're going to go down into the lizard pose. Stay in this lunge position, forearms to the ground, really getting that hip to open up on that right side. And finally, we're going to move to the side plank position. So back into a high plank, up to the side, keeping those feet static to the ground, reaching high up to the ceiling in a straight arm position. Alrighty, and we're going to redo that just with the left side now. So back to downward dog. Stretch those hamstrings out again. Bring that left leg around to a lunge position. And again, stretch up into crescent lunge. And we're going to move down to revolved crescent lunge. So right elbow to left knee. Twist, feel that stretch. And then down to side plank. We're going to come back up to another high plank. With that right leg, right hand up to the ceiling, perpendicular to the ground. Alrighty. And we're now going to move on to prayer twists and gorilla pose. So for prayer twists, we're going to start in a leg feet together, down into a nice crouch. Very similar to the revolved crescent lunge. We're going to take our right elbow to our left knee and twist. You're going to feel a good stretch up that hip and around that back of that lumbar spine. And we're going to do it on the left side. So left to right knee and twist. And finally, we have gorilla pose. So it's just a standard hamstring stretch. You're gonna do a folding forward fold, tucking those hands underneath the feet. And you wanna feel that cross pressure of pulling up with the hands while pushing down with the feet. Keep that head tucked down and feel that stretch all the way up from your Achilles to your calves to your hamstrings to your glutes and hips. Nice deep stretch. And that is the crescent lunge series. And for our next part, we'll be moving on to the hip opening series. Very similar to the crescent lunge series. We're gonna start in the downward dog position, getting another nice pedal of the feet to stretch those hamstrings out. And with the right leg, we're gonna swing it around into a low lunge position, getting those hips to sink down into the floor. And up into a crescent moon position, we're gonna drop that knee up, very similar to crescent lunge, just the knee is down, we're stretching up to the ground and back. And now we're gonna move on to pigeon pose with the right side. You're gonna take this leg on the ground at a 90-degree angle and stretching this leg straight back. Really letting those hips sink straight into the ground, trying to fill that gap. Deep breaths in and out. We are now gonna move into the sleeping pigeon pose position. We're just gonna lay that body down to the ground, stretching those hands forward, feeling that deep stretch of the right hip. Now we're gonna just redo this just with the left side. So back into downward dog. Pedal those feet out, get those hamstrings nice and stretched. Gonna bring that left leg up into a low lunge position. Really feel those hips sink down to the ground. I'm gonna drop that knee into crescent moon, stretch up. Let that hip flexor stretch forward. You're gonna feel that nice stretch up the hip flexor and down the quad. And down into pigeon pose again. Remember to keep this leg at a 90-degree angle and let that right leg stretch all the way back. Let those hips sink as far down to the floor as you can. And if you do need, you can get a yoga block, place it under that right hip flexor to kind of lift you up off the ground if you can't go as deep. We're gonna move into sleeping pigeon pose. We're just gonna take our pigeon pose and lay down to the ground, stretching those hands as far forward on the mat as we can. Feeling that lengthening of the spine, and that'll just bring a deep, deep stretch into that left hip. And we'll now move on to the cow face pose. So we're gonna, in a standard sitting position, take that right leg underneath the left leg, take our right hand up, meet it with the left hand. Feel that spine strengthen up to the ceiling. Feel that right lat stretch and feel that left hip really stretch as it's going over the right leg. Deep inhales in and out. And we're gonna release the hands and we're gonna recross the legs to the other position. So right leg over the left leg, left arm up meets the right hand in the back and stretch that lat out, stretch that head up and get that real good stretch. Deep inhales in and out. Alrighty. Finally, we're gonna move into our half split. We're gonna start in a downward dog position again. We're gonna do it with our right leg first. So reach that right leg to a low lunge position. Gonna let that left knee go to the ground. We're gonna come back. And that is our half split. You're gonna feel that stretch real nice up that calf and hamstring. You can stretch up, reach those toes back if you want a little bit more of a stretch. You can place blocks underneath your glutes to help you not fall too far to the floor as far as you feel comfortable. Now we're gonna move into a full split. Now this I am not quite able to do, but you can get the idea. So we're gonna just stretch that left leg back straight while keeping that right leg straight. And again, you can put a block underneath you to alleviate some of that pressure as you fall to the floor if you're not comfortable with it. But if you keep practicing this enough, you'll have straight legs into a full split position. And then we're gonna move into the 3-leg dog position. So we're gonna bring that right leg back again, into downward dog. Take that right leg up off the ground, reach it behind you and let it just fall back. You'll feel that stretch up the right obliques, that right hip. Stay strong in those hands, keep 4 points of contact on each of the hands, letting that leg just drop behind you. Alrighty, we're gonna redo that with just the left leg. So we're gonna come back into that downward position, downward dog position. Bring that left leg to a low lunge. Bring that right knee down, back, and get that half split with that right leg. Real nice deep stretch as we reach forward, taking deep breaths in and out. Gonna bring that right foot forward, letting that left leg slip back as straight and as far as we can, going into a full split position. We're gonna move back into 3-leg dog, bring that left leg back, back into downward dog. Paddle the feet out, deep breaths in and out. Lift that left leg up and reach it over the back of you, getting that nice stretch in that left oblique and left hip. Okay. Finally, we'll be moving on to the figure 4 position. So here we can just sit on our butt, leaning back. We're gonna take that right leg, crossing it over at a 90-degree angle, over the left knee, grab through the hole, and you're gonna stretch back. It's gonna stretch that right hip and lower back very nicely. Deep breaths in and out. We're gonna release, bring that foot back down to the ground, and switch left leg to the right knee at a 90-degree angle, lift through and towards the chest. Feel that nice stretch in that left hip and left lower back. Deep breaths in and out. And release. And that is it for the crescent lunge and hip opening series. I hope you enjoyed.